Good morning. I'm Aditya Sharma and I'm currently pursuing my MBA at National Institute of Industrial Engineering, Mumbai. I'm in the 19th batch of PGDIM course and I'm making this video to basically understand and to basically talk about the importance of the subject called Principles of Management, which we're having as a part of our first module here. Uh, I think when we talk about principles of management, we talk about all the various concepts and the expertise which a potential manager should have before he enters the corporate world. And I think every student who is pursuing an MBA needs these concepts and these decision making skills, which are basically the gist of studying principles of management. He needs all these before he actually enters the corporate world, because it kind of gets him prepared to move into the office, into the corporate world. So principles of management is being taught to us by a very learned man. His name is Dr. T. Prasad. He has a lot of experiences and has taught across various other top B schools in the country. And I think the thing which differentiates him from most other faculties is that he uses the support of practical learning a lot in his classes. There is not one concept which I think he has taught without a practical application to it, or a case study about it, or a real life example about it. So I think this is one of the very I would say very innovative methods of teaching, and he actually makes us do things in the class which basically give us a first hand experience about the various principles and how to deal with it. So let me come to the subject first. Principles of management is one of the very crucial subjects in an MBA's life. I would say there are four proper advantages of this subject. One is that it improves understanding of the various I would say it improves understanding of the various procedures, how to manage an organization, how to deal with changes, how to get the managers or the employees to work with you. So these is basically gives the managers a topic or an expertise about how to accomplish given tasks and handle situations which may arise in management. So this in turn makes a manager a more efficient manager, which in turn makes a more efficient company. Second point I would say is it gives a very guided direction for the training of managers. See, one very important reason why companies choose MBA is that it is very easy to mold them and to train them further for key decision making roles. So this is one concept that contributes to it. Third is, I would say, role of management is the principles of management gives a very wide overview about what to expect when you go into the corporate world, because the corporate world actually works on concepts which are being taught here, and all of these concepts will be basically in application or in practical once you get inside your corporate zone. Fourth point I would say is it gives a very guided, it gives a guide to research in management. A lot of people who are interested in innovating management practices, they would actually have to use these principles of management to actually make a new concept, or to implement a theory concept into for a practical application. So coming to the practical aspects of it, let me talk to you about the events we did as a part of our principles of management subject. So I distinctly remember the first time he walked into class, and he asked us. He had got a separate carry bag, and he had asked us to do a fun exercise today. So what it was basically he had bought the small cubes, and he had asked us as a class to make a tar out of those cubes. And one very innovative thing which he did was, he before starting the exercise he asked the class that how much do you expect you can make with the cubes. and there were a variety of answers. But the thing was that people had people had no idea, because they had not done this exercise before, and they were telling was on what they think they can do. Yeah. So one student was called, and he had said that he can make only a tower of 10 cubes before starting the exercise. And when he was actually making the tower, he ended up making a tower of 14 cubes. Yeah. So it basically shows us that uh, we as people do not know our abilities, our capabilities. We have to, a lot of time it happens that we think we are not capable of doing something, but then actually we are actually able to do it. And this is something which holds us from success. We should believe in ourselves, we should know our abilities, and we should follow our dream to so that we can use our capabilities in achieving that. Another exercise which we did was the valley crossing exercise. It basically involves three people crossing a valley using a pole, and this was one of the most innovative and out of the box ways by which those three people could actually cross a valley. And we had even done a practical session on this in class using a pole. So what it does is basically there are three people on the first side. They have a pole which all three of them carry. So while the first two are still on the first side, the third one, the first one, sorry, the first person holds on to the pole, and the second and third carry his weight and take him to the other side of the valley. Once he reaches there, he steps down, and then the middle person hangs on to the pole. Now the weight of the middle person is being shared by the first and third person. So now they carry the middle person, and once the middle person reaches, there are two people on this side, and now these two carry the weight of the third person across the valley. So in a way, it's an exercise which builds trust, and it emphasizes the importance of teamwork in any task. And this is not just one task. It's required in your classes, it's required in your task, it's required everywhere. Teamwork is one thing which I don't think any project can run without. So these are two events which we had done, and apart from that, I would say is apart from that, principles of management is, I like the subject a lot, and I think principles of management are universal. These managements are applied to everywhere, every sector, every company, and every set of people, every category of people. Principal managements are flexible. They are more of customized solutions. So, for example, when we are dealing with a team of 10 and when we're dealing with a cross-border team of 100, the various aspects of management differ. So, if there are 10 people in my location, I would use certain tactics to manage those people. I would use certain parameters, certain incentives. These are not the same which I can use for 100 people. So, it's always flexible. And one thing which principles of management has taught me as is that it aims at influencing human behavior. See, right now the whole world is moving towards the people oriented companies have their biggest assets are their people, the human capital, the mind. So it becomes all the more difficult to manage people and their minds than managing inanimate things and assets. So human behavior is complex and unpredictable. Management principles are directed towards regulating human behavior so that the humans can be controlled and the humans can increase the efficiency. So, this is my take on the principles of management. And as far as the subject goes in our classroom, it is one of the best subjects I studied in this mod. And this mod is was basically a subject where we were testing waters, and principle of management is one topic which had come across as one of the most interesting topics. There were uh, we have spoken about various concepts. Like for example, one concept which I can remember is the conceptual skills, technical skills, and human skills. So the point is, as we progress in the career ladder, when we enter when we enter our career at the basis level, so we have a lot of technical skills. We do not have much of conceptual skills because we are not in a leadership role. We are not in a decision making role. So it is not, we do not have enough exposure on the concept of every topic and decisions. So there are a lot of technical side. As we grow up, the technical skills reduces, the human skills come up, start playing importance, and the conceptual skills are building up. Gradually, when you're in the top level, the technical skills reduce to a minimum, because by the time you reach there, you don't have to work so much on the technical line of it. What you need to understand is that how decisions are made, the conceptual knowledge about every decision, every process in your company. You need to be in a position to know the process in order to make decisions about them. So the conceptual part of it exponentially increases once you're in the top management. And human skills are also equally important, because when you're in top position, you need more of human skills to gel with people and to get people to work for you. Respect is something which is earned, it is not forced. So that is something which you would use your human skills for. So this is one of the very few concepts which we have actually studied in POM, principles of management, that is. And I think it's a wonderful subject which taught me the various concepts which I've actually absorbed, and I would want to use them once I enter the corporate world. So I think that's all from my side. This is about principles of management. Thank you.